you envision spiritual awakening in an Islamic land? In the media, Iran is known as a closed country, but it's not closed to the Bible, nor the atonement Christ made on the cross of Calvary. Those who believe that Christ didn't die on the cross and the Bible and Christianity was forged, today boldly profess,
مسیح رو تو خواب دیدم.
مسیح رو تو خواب دیدم.
مسیح زندگیمو عوض کرد.
زندگیمو عوض کرد.
مسیح
به دعام جواب داد. هیچ پیامبری نمیتونه مثل مسیح باشه.
مسیح منو از بیماریم شفا داد.
In Iran, where the church is being persecuted, Christ is calling more sheep into his flock. More Iranians have come to Christ in the last 30 years than in the previous 1,400 years combined. The growth of Christianity in Iran is leading the entire world with approximately 20% annual growth. This means believers in Iran are doubling every 4 years. 40 years ago, there were about 200 Muslim background believers in Iran. Open Doors estimated that there were as many as 370,000 Christian converts in Iran.
There's a great spiritual awakening taking place among the people of Iran today. It is unprecedented in all of their history that so many Muslim background people would be coming to Christ in one generation. It's mainly due to the ministry of satellite television, which has had a great, powerful effect on that country. And for such a time, I think God has called Albert and Sabrina Aslan to get involved in producing programming and ministry that will edify, teach, and train, raise up a new generation of Christians in that land.
Spiritual awakening is turning a Muslim land upside down. Muslim converts are becoming evangelists of the gospel. Muslim background believers are ministering to the Church of Christ. At Fact Ministries, we have committed ourselves to strengthening our Muslim background believers by declaring to them the whole counsel of God. We believe the time is now to reach Farsi-speaking people with the Word of God. Would you join us in this mission?
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters in Christ. Thank you so much for the opportunity you have given me and my wife Sabrina to be with you. This is a blessing. We don't take it for granted. Thanks to Steve, my friend, and the board members. Before I start about what I'm going to present to you, let me as a pastor encourage you with something very important. Do what you do and take the last final step, always. Because so many didn't enjoy the blessed victory because they refused to take the last final step. In the Old Testament, we face people like Nehemiah, Esther, Daniel, and his friends, and also Joanna, the wife of Hosea, Herod's household manager in the Gospel of Luke. We find them faithfully doing their job, and what they do what God did through them, God blessed a nation. You never know, maybe you are Daniel or Esther. God has put you in a position. Don't take it for granted. Do it faithfully as you can. Take the last final step. Keep pressing on. The nation will be blessed. That's a brief message of a pastor to brothers and sisters in Christ. Let me share with you a very tiny presentation. It's a PDF presentation. You would see it here. I would like to let you briefly who we are, what we do, how we do it, why we do what we do, and what is our invitation. Who we are, as you heard, we are theologically trained Bible teachers in the Reformed Presbyterian tradition. We speak Farsi, Assyrian, and English. We believe, my wife and I believe, God has called us to a very special mission, and that's our call, to provide biblical teachings in Farsi language to edify and nurture the church God is calling to himself in Iran surrounding countries, and the church, Farsi-speaking church, which is spread all over the Europe. What we do, we produce teaching segments in video, audio, and format texts. And what we do includes topics such as expository preachings through the scriptures, which is going to be at least 1,800 segments. We're working on basic Christianity, Christian marriage and family, a very specific topic from Muslim background believers, because their understanding of family and marriage is totally out of the focus we have in the Bible. Biblical womanhood, weekly Bible studies, short devotions, and also we translate books. We are working on the translation of 2 books. I do have the books here. Sorry, could you hand them to me? One of them is finished and it's in the process of being published. And our intention is to send a PDF file over the net. All we do is for free. Free download, free watch, everything. This is Second King by Nancy DeMoss Wolgemuth, and this is True Woman 101, Divine Design by Mary Cassian. God is using these 2 books to bring revival in the small congregations, churches, and also to shape the role of a woman in the church, in the family, and in the society. How we do it? Video segments are professionally taped and edited. Audio files are given to radio channel networks and video files to satellite TV networks. And they are asking us for it. They are willing to give us free airtime as long as they have the segments. All the audio, video, and text formats, and also including the text, the PDF of these books, are going to be put on our website and social media for free download. And the last time the organization talked to me and they said whenever our teaching, either Sabrina's teaching or my teaching, is on air, they are receiving 1.2 million hits. And I asked them, what do you mean? And they corrected it and said, this is the number of the devices receiving the signal, not the number of people in front of the devices. Why we do what we do? The hostile government of Iran has closed all, without any exception, all Farsi-speaking churches in the land. The constant persecution has pushed the church to go under the ground. Before coming here, we watched a small video clip on YouTube about the recent arrest of 4 people in Iran, including one Assyrian pastor, and sentenced to 10 years in prison just because of having a house church and spreading the gospel. The first time in the history, this is the first time, we are facing a generation of Muslim background believers, MBBS, whom Jesus is drawing to himself through miracles, visions, dreams, satellite TV programs, house churches, and many more. This new generation is carrying with them a lot of religious and cultural baggage, where we need to teach the biblical principles to help them to grow in the biblical standards. We see ourselves in a good position in the land of liberty in the US as US citizens, and the support of many godly people. We can produce these teaching programs, put them on air, send a signal to places you cannot go. Neither do I. What is our invitation? We invite you to join us with your prayers, We need prayer warriors. This is a spiritual battle. We are facing a demonic religion who is standing against Christ and Him crucified. Also, we need you to visit our website, www.factministries.org, and also pray for the U.S. government and all the decisions the U.S. government is taking in regard to the other countries in the Middle East, including Iran, because it comes with effect. The last administration decided to give Iran $1.7 billion. Whatever the reason was, for me, as an Assyrian, Iranian, American pastor, I look at the Iranian church, the underground church, and see the impact. Unfortunately, it was not good. Right after receiving that money, the Iranian mullah's government had the luxury to hire and train 1,000 specialists to crack down on underground churches. And they were successful. They instilled fear in the hearts of those people. They arrested so many. They fined heavy sum of money on some of them. It wasn't good. Whatever it was, I look from the impact on the underground church. So pray for all the decisions U.S. government is making to be helping to the underground church. If you are interested to have a face-to-face meeting with us to know more about our ministry vision and also financial goals, we have some cards here. Thanks for people who have given us the table here. We have cards here. You can give us your information. We'll call you, we'll contact you to set up a meeting and go over in the details of our ministry. Here also you will find a donation slip if God puts in your heart to donate to our ministry. Our ministry is a non-profit organization ministry under the laws of the California state. So it's tax-deductible donations. You can also have one of these cards, postcards, to give to people, because the video you saw is only here, not on the website. And you can get our business card for more information. One of the last things we did was to produce a series of teaching on 1 Peter to the persecuted church. There is a promo provided. It's 1 minute and about 10-15 seconds. I invite you to watch that.
I just wanted to mention that in talking to Albert before coming out here, Albert shared with me that, and he travels the world with providing this message, that he had was speaking a speaking engagement in Europe to a predominantly Muslim or former Muslim group, and within the speaking engagement, he had a older couple that sat in the front, and the gentleman looked fairly upset, and towards the end of the speaking engagement, came up to him with his wife, and in tears told Albert, thank you, and that his word and the gospel message that he had given him helped him to love his wife for the first time in a new way that he never knew before. So just another round of applause for Albert.